you actually took over the peak. When at the difficult stages. How did you all boost each other's morale? Like, what did you keep telling each other?
While we were advancing, I was. They intercepted they were on the same frequency which were we on our radio sets, and one of the Pakistani soldiers or officer, whoever it was, he said me, my code name was Shersha. Oh Shersha, you have come, don't try to come up, otherwise you'll have a tough time. And that was the time they gave us a challenge. The guys were angry, they were yelling that we guys are going to have them. And that was the thing, that was the spirit. We had already decided our success signal before advancing for the attack, and it was like Bravo company's success signal. Oh yeah, my company's success signal was Yeh Dil Maange More, Dil Maange More, Dil Maange More, Dil Maange More.
Good evening and welcome to this election special. We're on the road to 2014, and as we bring you special reports from the campaign trail, those words of Vikram Batra, a Kargil martyr, and those words, Yeh Dil Maange More, in an interview to me just before, couple of days before he was killed in the line of action, in the line of duty, have now become at the center of a huge political controversy. Vikram Batra's mother is a candidate from the Aam Aadmi Party in Himachal Pradesh. But while campaigning in Himachal Pradesh, the BJP's prime ministerial candidate Narendra Modi invoked those last words of Vikram Batra from his interview to NDTV, to me at the Kargil front line. He also said, Yeh Dil Maange More. It led to a huge debate with the family protesting, and the family is saying that Narendra Modi was a pseudo-patriot, and if he had respect for soldiers, he should withdraw the BJP candidate against Vikram Batra's mother, Kamal Kanta Batra. Narendra Modi later said his words had been misunderstood and he was hurt and pained at the controversy. He also said that he would rather leave politics than ever disrespect martyrs. Are we now seeing a situation where a motto that once stood for valor, the valor of the Indian soldier, has now become a bitter fight for who owns it as a political slogan? Let's introduce our guest tonight on this campaign trail special. From Delhi, we're joined by Subramaniam Swamy, senior leader of the BJP. And joining us today from Hamirpur, where of course Vikram Batra's mother is contesting, is Kamal Kanta Batra herself. Sitting next to her is of course Sudhir Singh. He's her campaign manager and also a member of the Aam Aadmi Party. And also joining us from the Delhi studio, one of our most respected soldiers. We're joined by General Ian Cardozo. We know him for his immense courage. When he faced the loss of his leg in action, he actually took out his own kukri and just chopped it off and went on fighting. So that's the stuff the valor of our soldiers is made of. And is that valor now at the center of electoral politics? Let me start, before I get the perspective from Hamirpur today, with you, Subramaniam Swamy. The fact of the matter is that these are words that the entire country remembers. It may have been a Pepsi slogan to start with, but when Vikram Batra spoke those words, they immortalized him and the slogan as a slogan of valor, as something that should be beyond politics. Do you believe Mr. Modi made a misjudgment in invoking those words, especially when he knew that his mother, Vikram's mother, was contesting from an opposing party?
Well, I think while we all honor and respect and appreciate the young officers who laid down their lives to recover one of the most contentious hills in the Kargil war, I would say that it is wrong to say that this Dil Maange More is a patented slogan or invented by the young soldier, Mr. Batra, Captain Batra. So there was nothing of infringement or misuse by Narendra Modi in repeating that. But since this was made an issue by his mother,
why Mr.
therefore
Modi this slogan only
Narendra Modi
Sudhir, 1 minute.
his regret.
Sudhir, 1 minute. You'll get a chance to speak. Let Dr. Swamy complete his point. Go ahead, Dr. Swamy. Yes.
So I'm saying that essentially this was a song that was first invented by the Pepsi commercial, and then it was in a valiant fight was repeated, but it ceased to be, it cannot be considered as a patented song of the on this valorous soldier. It cannot be considered as exclusive to Batra. It has to be seen in that light. But I would say that when Modi has said that he is sorry about this and he would rather quit politics than misuse the martyrdom of anybody, the matter should have ended there. What is there to continue talking about this?
Let me put that to the family. And Sudhir, I know you have things to say, but I think we must hear from Vikram's mother, who's actually the candidate, you know, in this context of Hamirpur. Kamal Kanta Batra, aapse पूछना चाहूंगी, ma'am, that Dr. Swami is saying that these words, Yeh Dil Maange More, that of course I can never forget, because that was an interview I did, and 2 days later I had to write Vikram's obituary. But Dr. Swami is saying these words don't belong to anybody. ये पहले पेप्सी का स्लोगन था, फिर आपके बेटे ने इनको एक तरह से एक नेशनल स्लोगन बना दिया. लेकिन आप भी तो एक तरह से, बीजेपी का कहना है, आप भी तो एक तरह से उनका नाम पॉलिटिकली यूज कर रहे हैं. यू आर ऑल्सो कंटेस्टिंग एज विक्रम बत्रा's मदर. तो अगर नरेंद्र मोदी ने उनका नाम लिया तो क्या गलत किया, और उसके बाद वो अपोलोजाइज भी कर चुके हैं इस कंट्रोवर्सी से, वो कह भी चुके हैं कि उनको दर्द पहुंचा है, तो क्या ये मैटर अब आपके लिए खत्म हो चुका है? इज दिस अ क्लोज चैप्टर, मिसेस बत्रा?
यस, मैं ये कहना चाहूँगी कि विक्रम बत्रा जो कि कारगिल में शहीद हुए, उन्होंने जब 5140 पीक पे अपना झंडा लहराया और उसे कैप्चर किया, तो सभी ने ये कहा, बहुत खुशी का माहौल था, तो सभी कहने लगे कि इसने 5140 पर तो कर लिया है, अपना धाक जमा ली है, तो अब वो और ही आगे जाना चाहते थे. इसलिए उन्होंने 4875 जीतने के लिए चोटियाँ जो और थी, क्रूशियल चोटियाँ थी, उनको जीतने के लिए ये स्लोगन बोला था कि ये दिल मांगे मोर, क्योंकि वो आगे ही बढ़ना चाहते थे, और इस स्लोगन का ही उन्होंने बोलबाला किया, जो कि पूरे हिंदुस्तान में ये गूंज रहा है. लेकिन मैं ये कहना चाहूँगी कि मोदी जबकि पालमपुर गए और उन्होंने अपने भाषण में विक्रम बत्रा और उसके स्लोगन को कहा, तो क्यों कहा? 15 साल हो गए हैं उसकी शहादत हुए, तब तो नरेंद्र मोदी को ना तो कैप्टन विक्रम बत्रा की याद आई, ना ही उनके स्लोगन की, जो कि उन्होंने जीत का एक मुद्दा रखा था और करके दिखाया. इसलिए हमारे दिल को चोट पहुंची है कि वो इसका मिसयूज कर रहे हैं. वो इस स्लोगन को और शहीद विक्रम बत्रा के नाम को लेकर के वोट बटोरना चाह रहे हैं. 15 साल पहले उन्होंने इस बात को
आप
नहीं
कह रहे हैं
उठाया,
कि
और ना ही
आप कह रहे हैं कि पहले क्यों नहीं उठाया, चुनाव के समय क्यों उठा रहे हैं? Before I get Sudhir Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party and General Cardozo, let me get you in on this. The fact of the matter is, nothing could be worse for a soldier and a soldier's legacy to be at the heart of politics. Do you believe that in this case martyrdom is being politically exploited by all sides? Because while the Aam Aadmi Party is blaming the BJP is accusing the Aam Aadmi Party of also doing the same, of also using Vikram's legacy for politics. How do you respond to this, General Cardozo?
I think that this whole issue has been blown out of all proportions. I have a different view. I don't think it's a question of patent of these words, of this slogan. What Vikram Batra did, these words of an icon who fought and laid down his life for this country, made an impact on the whole country, and that is, give us the task, the army, give us the task and we will do it. So that's fine. The question is, how many politicians in the last 60 years have ever spoken about Vikram Batra, Arun Khetarpal, any of the Paramveer Chakra heroes? None. So, Mr. Modi has talked about it, and therefore today Dil Maange More has a new meaning, and therefore it brings Vikram Batra back into the limelight. He and the memory of what he has done has been resurrected. I think it's a good thing. As far as...
Okay, that's it. Yes.
As far as...
May I just get Dr. Swami? General Carter, give me a second. I want to get Dr. Swami in. You are making an interesting point. You're saying politicians have largely forgotten soldiers. At least this way the country is talking about Vikram Batra again. The country is talking about martyrs and their place in our society again. But I want Dr. Swami to respond to what Vikram's mother said. That 15 saal mein Modi ji ne kabhi Vikram Batra ko yaad nahi kiya. Now, Dr. Swami, even while the general sitting next to you says it's a good thing that we're all talking about Vikram Batra, he too says that no politician, including Mr. Modi, remembered Vikram all these years. So this was an election invocation, not really invoking the legacy of Vikram, but a deliberate ploy to woo the same vote that perhaps his mother is also trying to court.
Well, see, first of all, let me say, without minimizing the sacrifice of any of those great young soldiers, particularly captains and lieutenant colonels who laid down their life for getting us victory in Kargil, there are so many martyrs who have now protected this country. We don't remember them on every occasion. That particular occasion, because the candidate was the mother of the person, the thought naturally would automatically come to the mind of Narendra Modi. Now, when the objection was taken, he very graciously said,
yes,
I regret it. I would rather leave politics than take advantage of the martyrdom of Vikram Batra. So after that,
Swami,
to now go on flogging this, it shows very bad taste, particularly because the mother is contesting on the bravery of her son. The mother has certainly a right to remember him and expect the nation to remember him. But at the same time,
she has been a teacher.
May I complete, please? You need not come in the way.
Soldiers,
if he continues to interrupt, what is the point in having a discussion?
I need to correct you.
Okay.
No, I need to
So,
correct
Sudhir,
you.
I'm coming to you. Sudhir, I'm coming to you in half a second. I'm just going to let Dr. Swami complete his sentence.
So
Dr. Swami, quickly, please. Yes.
when a soldier dies in martyrdom, it is not the monopoly of anybody. Although we honor the mother who is given birth to such a valorous child, but at the same time that you can't even take his name, that again is interrupting. These armed people don't know any discipline of argument, is it? So I would say that therefore, if he wants to talk, I can keep quiet. I mean, if he wants to talk, I have no problem.
Come on. No. You're making
So
an important
I'm
point,
only
Dr.
saying
Swami,
that what Modi was doing
yes,
is in fact recalling the valor of Vikram Batra, but in fact because it was misunderstood, he made a clarification. Instead of taking that in proper grace, you have made again an issue of it. This is extraordinary.
Let me put that to Sudhir Singh right away. Sudhir Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party, you've heard what Dr. Swami has said. Two important points. One, if you're accusing the BJP of playing politics with Vikram's legacy, the same allegation has been made against the Aam Aadmi Party that you too are seeking votes in his name. One. Two, that after this entire debate erupted, Mr. Modi actually said that he was pained at the controversy and that he would rather quit politics than disrespect martyrs. Why is this then not a closed chapter for you? Why is the Aam Aadmi Party continuing to say that the BJP should withdraw its candidate Anurag Thakur against Mrs. Batra? Is that fair? Isn't that also politicizing Vikram's martyrdom? Sudhir.
Barkha, first of all, I am sorry to say that Mr. Swami has not done his homework. He has been saying again and again that Mrs. Batra is fighting election only on the bravery of her son, which is not the case. She has been an active social worker. She has been active in this area. She has been a retired teacher, and that is enough, I believe, the credentials required to fight an election. She happens to be mother of Captain Batra, and BJP and Mr. Swami are holding that against her today. That's my first point. Second point on apology. Let me also tell you that Mr. Modi happened to be in Palampur at the time when Mr. Batra was killed in action in Kargil. He did not visit the house of Mrs. Batra at that time or any other martyr in that area. He was Prabhari for Himachal in BJP. I'm sure Mr. Swami had no affinity for BJP at that time, and he would not know that. And thirdly, on the apology, why does Modi apologize today? There were 798 soldiers who got killed in Operations Parakram. right? And only
But why
527
should
soldiers
Mr.
were
Modi
killed in Kargil.
apologize? But Sudhir, why should Mr. Modi
And
apologize
after
for
15
Operation
years,
Parakram? He was not
he
in
is
a
a
position of power
representative
then.
of BJP. He is a representative of BJP. Today he speaks for BJP. He's a prime ministerial candidate. He needs to talk about defense policy.
So
They
what
need
do you
to come
expect
out
from
clean
him?
on defense policy.
That's
What
a
is it
different
that they want
argument.
to
That's
do?
a different argument. That's a different argument. But Sudhir, why are
It is
you
not a
insisting
different
that the
argument,
BJP
Batra,
withdraw
because
its
this
candidate?
apology is hollow. He has been caught on wrong foot, and he's just, he just want to apologize and get away with it. That's about it. If he needs to, if he really wants to apologize, he should apologize for 15 years of long silence from his side. He was the chief minister of state at that time, and he did nothing
Okay, General
for the
Cardozo.
martyrs. Please ask Mr.
General
Modi, does he even know that 798 soldiers got killed during Operations Parakram, which
1
was
minute.
done by BJP
Okay, let me first get-
just to further its political
first
gains? Does Subramaniam Swamy know
Sudhir,
this?
1 minute.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Sudhir, 1 minute. Sudhir, 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Let's get General Cardozo in. General Cardozo, I want you to elaborate on your point. I want you, General, to elaborate on your point that at least we're all talking about soldiers again. Is that for you the important takeaway that the valor of a soldier and his place in our society is back in the national debate?
Yeah, I agree. The issue which is now being blown out of all proportion is being politicized.
Yes.
As an army officer, the army has been apolitical, is apolitical, and always be apolitical. So I'm not taking sides. I'm looking at the issue.
Yeah.
And I agree
Yes.
that this issue of making a big noise about this is unwarranted. Number two, as far as Vikram's mother and father are concerned, I salute them because they produce a son like Vikram Batra. And therefore, his mother has the right to express her feelings as a mother. But as part of a political party, I'm sorry, I have no comments. And therefore, this whole issue is being politicized unnecessarily. What is more important, and I'd like to bring this issue here, although it is not directly concerned with what we are discussing today, is what happened in 1962. The politician and the bureaucrat unnecessarily and unwarrantedly interfered with the army in the issue of promotions and strategy. And we know what happened. Today we are yet to get over that humiliation. And today we in the army are very concerned about the army being politicized, whoever takes power. The army knows what it has to do,
Yes.
how it has to do it,
Yes.
and when it has to do it. Please leave us alone and don't interfere with us. You, as a political party, kindly give us a national vision, give us a national strategy, give us the arms to defend our country. Let us do our job and don't interfere with things that don't concern you. You are
That's such
in
an
the
important
government.
point. Yeah,
Do
that's-
what you have to do.
Yes, very important and passionate point there. I have to start taking last comments. Mrs. Batra, आपसे पूछूंगी. मोदी जी ने कहा है कि अगर मैंने किसी को चोट पहुंचाई तो मैं उसके लिए अपोलोजाइज करता हूं. मैं राजनीति छोड़ दूंगा लेकिन मैं मार्टर्स को डिसरिस्पेक्ट नहीं करूंगा. मैम, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूं, जनरल साहब बैठे हैं, वो कहते हैं कि एज अ मदर यू हैव एवरी राइट टू एक्सप्रेस योर फीलिंग, बट टुडे यू आर आल्सो टॉकिंग एज अ पॉलिटिशियन. आप आज एक राजनीतिक टोपी पहन के भी बैठे हुए हैं. तो जब आपके खिलाफ आरोप लगता है कि आप भी विक्रम का नाम इस्तेमाल कर रही हैं वोटों के लिए, तो आप क्या बोलेंगी एज अ मदर एंड एज अ पॉलिटिशियन?
देखिए, मैं ज़रूर राजनीति में ये चुनाव लड़ रही हूँ, लेकिन मैंने विक्रम बत्रा का कभी भी नाम लेकर के वोटों की अपील नहीं की है. मेरे जो कार्यकर्ता हैं वो जब मैं प्रचार के लिए निकलती हूँ तो वो मेरे साथ होते हैं और वो ही उनको लोगों को ये बात बताते हैं कि ये विक्रम बत्रा की माता हैं. मैं कभी भी उसके नाम के लिए वोट नहीं मांगती और ना ही मेरा ये उद्देश्य है कि मैं उसके नाम से वोट मांगूं. अगर मैं विक्रम बत्रा की माँ हूँ, क्योंकि प्रत्यक्ष को प्रमाण की ज़रूरत नहीं होती. लोगों ने मीडिया में देखा है, मीडिया ने मेरे को काफ़ी कवर किया है, लोग मेरे को पहचान लेते हैं कि ये विक्रम बत्रा की माँ है. तो इसमें कोई भी संदेह नहीं कि वो मुझे आदर देते हैं, इज्जत देते हैं और मेरे साथ शेयर करते हैं कि आप पॉलिटिक्स में आई हैं, वो हमें अच्छा लग रहा है। लेकिन मैंने कभी भी विक्रम बत्रा के नाम का वोट जो है वो नहीं मांगा और ना ही मैं मांगूंगी। मैं एक माँ उसकी अवश्य हूँ और रहूंगी।
Sudhir, very quickly, just last comments from all of you. Sudhir, is this now a closed chapter? Does this need to be shut down and, you know, the election of... Why is this not a closed chapter for you?
Barkha, I understand your question. Let me respond. Mr. Modi remembered this slogan after 15 years in Shahid Captain Vikram Batra Park in Palampur. One. Second, he said that I apologize and all that rhetoric. No apology for 15 years of long silence. He was very much in Palampur when Vikram Batra laid down his life. Second. Third, on the larger issue of the flip-flops of BJP government, NDA government's foreign policy towards Pakistan, they gave a safe passage to Pakistanis after Kargil. The entire bus diplomacy, the 798 soldiers that died in Operations Parakram, which was botched up.
But Sudhir,
3
Mr.
times
Modi was
they
not in
reversed their
government
policy
then.
in a
Mr.
span
Modi
of
was not
2
in
years.
government.
No,
But
but
Sudhir,
today
Mr. Modi was not in
he is
government
prime
then.
ministerial candidate. Today he is prime ministerial candidate and he better apologize and talk about these larger issues than, you know, making a foot and mouth one day and then apologizing the other day. Such kind of childish behavior is not expected out of a prime ministerial candidate.
And you are still expecting the BJP. Why did you make this demand for the BJP to withdraw its candidate?
We only said, or rather Mrs. Batra said, that if they really, you know, respect us, because he said that we respect you, we honor you and so on. He has fielded a corrupt person, a corrupt candidate against her who has a case, corruption case pending under section 420 and Prevention of Corruption Act in Dharamshala Trial Court, and his appeal has been rejected in Shimla High Court. That person has been fielded against Mrs. Batra. And that's the reason she said that if they respect us so much, they should withdraw this candidate.
Now that person is not here. That person is, of course, that candidate is not here to defend himself. But Dr. Swami, the larger point, the family is saying, if you respect us, withdraw your candidate.
No, you see, the thing is that
absolutely. Please talk about the larger point.
This armed party goes on talking about corruption, but they have many things to answer themselves. There's a 30 question questionnaire given to Mr. Kejriwal to answer on foreign exchange violation, which he has not done. If a candidate of ours is corrupt, it is for the people to decide whether he should be voted or not. There is no armed party, is no one to ask us and tell us who is corrupt, who is not, because they are corrupt to the core themselves. As far as withdrawing the candidates, that's ridiculous. Remembering a martyr, there are large number of martyrs. We can't remember every one of them on every day of the on every occasion. On that particular occasion, there was an occasion, therefore he remembered him. So don't make it out as if the only martyr that ever exists. Why is he talking in the middle? These armed party people have no discipline at all.
Because I'm agitated.
You just keep quiet and listen to what I kept quiet when you spoke.
Okay, I
spoke a whole lot of rubbish. I kept quiet.
1 minute.
Vikram Batra is not the only martyr in this country. Large number of people are martyrs, and we have a responsibility as a nation to honor all of them. You can't make an issue just because you didn't remember them for 15 years. How many martyrs do we all remember 15 years? How many martyrs does the armed party remember? None at all.
I have to interrupt here. I have to interrupt
the Home Ministry affidavit.
Okay. General Cardozo, you get the last word. You have been saying the most important takeaway from this is how to keep politics away from the army. 30 seconds, sir. Wrap this up for us.
Yeah. I think we're losing sight of the issue with regard to what Mr. Swami is saying, that we can't honor everybody every day. I just have this to say. In 60 years, has the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces ever paid respect to the unknown soldier? Unlike the UK, the USA, France, even Bangladesh, the head of the state pays respects to the war wounded, to those who have died in war.
Yes.
It doesn't happen in our country. Why?
I think the real important
last
question
point,
you're
Batra,
raising is the
that I
larger
would
debate
like to-
around respect for the soldiers. I have to end. I'm afraid I'm totally out of time. The fact of the matter is this has
one
touched
last
an
10
emotional
seconds
chord.
to
Opinion is
Swami.
divided. I'm sorry, I'm really out of time. Subramaniam Swami, General Cardozo, Sudhir Singh, and Kamal Kanta Batra, Vikram Batra's mother. I'll tell you what, we may not agree on anything else, but let's agree to end this by saying one thing. Vikram Batra was a really great soldier, like so many others in the Indian military that go unacknowledged, and the army must remain beyond politics. And this is as good a time as any to bring back the place of the soldier in our society. From the campaign trail to all our 4 guests joining us from Delhi as well as Himachal Pradesh, Hamirpur. Thanks for joining us, and to our viewers, thanks for watching.